Welcome back, guys, to another video of my series of how to use thumbs and how to dominate with it. As I already told you in my first part of this episode, I told you everything about how I play in Pochinki and where I drop in Pochinki. If you didn't watch it yet, check that out. And in the second part, I want to explain you two essential things. One is for me personally essential. The second one is in general essential, especially if you play TPP, third person. And so let's get straight in. The first one is, of course, I want to show you how I abuse being a thumbs user and how I play with it. I also show you my playstyle, my tactical moves, and how I try to analyze the environment around me. And the second thing is I want to tell you, because not even many people in the Star Challenge knew about this or they forgot about this, is the third person grass prawn tactic. Yes, that means how to abuse third person and the graphic grass shape form in that sense that you literally can be unseen in some situations, even if there's somebody next to you. This is very essential in TPP since most circles on the end or at the end are like the second last circle, and the last circle will be mostly in grass and without any cover. So you must be aware of this, that you know about this, because if you have no cover, like in case of buildings, you need to know how to make the ground to your cover, because then you will even realize that the ground is the best cover you can have in TPP and is a lot better than any buildings. Now, as you can see, the circle is around Severny, and after I killed this guy, I was aware of the need that I have to scout this area. By scouting, I mean walking or driving around it, especially if you don't know if there is anybody else who potentially is hiding or camping. Respect, this is third person, people see through walls more or less, and they can spot you out when you have no cover, so you're always in a disadvantage if you're not behind cover or at cover. So even there I was right, and I saw cars which were used. As you can see, this 3-seater bike and another car here, and even there is another UAZ. And that gave me the information that people were in Severny. I don't know if hiding or not. And there we go. 2 people. I spot them when I was driving, walking out of Severny, going to another location. I scope in, killed one, because this range is of course too far away to no-scope butterfly. But this is not a problem, especially if you have an AUG with a 4x scope or an M4. Even with an AK you can easily do it. What I did here now was I was zoning the other one away from the stone, because I didn't want that he is hiding behind the stone and fights me while I'm running to him and I have no cover and he has cover, and we will be advantage because he can see through the stone. Also here I was shooting in the smoked area because his teammate was smoking to get him up, and I hit one, or I don't know, maybe I hit them both a couple of times. That gave me their position and I kept shooting in the smoke, so in order to bait them out. And where you see, also that leg, it worked out. I knocked out one of them, and this one I knocked. He was scrolling to me, and because he wanted to tell his teammate the information or give him the information where I am, what I'm doing, if I'm healing. So basically he didn't care about himself and he just wanted his teammate to give him an advantage. So I was finishing him here and focusing on the other one, third person peeking here. I see his head, scope, not even scope in, just aim there, and it works. If you practice that a lot, it is so powerful. The spray is incredibly well, and hip firing. It is very powerful, not unlike on PC where they made like the bloom spread a lot higher. The bloom spread means the bullet spread of a bullet when you spray your weapon without scoping in. Like in Fortnite, you know, there was a huge discussion that the bloom is too high and it doesn't make any sense to use SMG or AR weapons there. In PUBG, luckily this is not the case. You have bloom there, but it is not that high. So basically, if you're accurate on no scoping, you basically have the same accuracy than somebody who is scoping in. So you're most times, if you're doing it well, you're most times an advantage to claw users because they're scoping in always. And they might be advantaged at peeking when it comes to building fight, but in the open you're advantaged because they need to stand still, can't move, meanwhile you're walking. So yeah, potentially if you scope in, you hit at the begin. When you're not on pro or not advanced on no scoping, you will hit your bullets easier, but you will also get hit easier. So it's easier to knock you out, especially in the open for the enemy. But in my case, I make like my movement also to cover because I know it's harder for enemies to hit me while I'm moving to left and right, because you will hit a few bullets, but in that time you hit me 2 or 3 times. I killed you already because I'm that advanced on it and I do react that quickly here. Here I stayed behind the ridge on this like mountain or foot of a mountain because I wanted to use it as cover if somebody tries to snipe me from the top of the mountain. I killed 2 guys, there were 2 different squads, and I noticed the rest of the Korean squad, of this Korean guy, is on the shooting range buildings. So I was getting them low. Here what I did, I used this fence once again as cover, and I didn't focus on killing them. I just wanted to get them low so I can push closer and closer to them, and this is my element. This is where I'm one of the best, surely, because on close range I know how to aim and people don't know how to handle the moment of surprise. Here the same thing, this guy has an MK14, my favorite weapon and from all sniper rifles, but I still contested him to get like 1 or 2 shots on him to get him healing up so I can push his teammate here who was in this building. I third person peek him and I was shooting him when I was sure he was in the house. And yeah, he got pushed and he didn't expect like that fast push and he got killed. His teammate meanwhile still behind the fence. I know of it because I didn't hear him moving away from the fence. And so I was able to push him down as well. Used the fence and the third person peek here again and easily knocked him out. Here he tried to cover or like bait me or sidestep me from shooting from behind the fence. But that didn't work because he didn't change his position, and that was a fatal mistake for him. Always keep in mind, if you do it like that guy, you should change your position to surprise the one who wants to surprise you, because this is very essential. If you let your enemy know where you are and don't change it about your position, you will mostly die. Here in this case, I was trying to get to safe zone, but I also noticed that there was more than one guy. Even behind me, there were still people coming from out of zone or like from the outer circle. And I was basically in the middle between all squads and I had no cover. And this now is a very good example how you do the prawn tactic. I saw one guy in the building or behind the building, and when there was another guy literally walking behind the fence, I sticked here to have cover and just do the third person peeking. There we go. And there is the other one who quickly escaped to the fence behind the house. So there was one guy pushing me with a ghillie suite. I no-scoped him. See that? It's a decent range. It's like 40 to 50 meters. And I still killed him. I still out-damaged him, although he was scoping in. So you can see, if you practice it a lot, and if you get like that Counter-Strike aim feeling for it, you can win every fight. Here you see the grass-shaped tactic. I was staking between two lines of grass. Like, graphically, if you look from far away, you will not notice it. But if you're on close range or literally lying down the ground, you will see it, that the grass is just made in like shapes, in like lines. It's not the whole ground being in grass, it's just green touched, like ground with a green touch. And it's like covered with grass shapes, as you can see here again. You need to get your body between those two grass shapes to get full cover. You get full vision cover from other enemies, then you will survive it. Like in this case, a full squad was shooting at me. I didn't even notice that there was more than one guy, but it was a bad mistake from me. And I just prone down on the ground and got in the grass shapes, boosted up, healed up, and now see what I do. I'm getting pushed by them. And they basically, the first two have basically no clue where I am because they cannot see me through the grass shapes. They're covering my body completely, even though I'm wearing white pants. As you can see, he's even jumping up. He has no fucking clue where I am. And then I used the moment of surprise to get the second one. He also had no idea where I am. And then the third one, easy 101 of course. Finishing those two guys. And I'm also finishing this guy, and then I got killed by the last guy. Surprisingly, he used the UAZ to run me over. That was unfortunate, and always keep in mind, never prone on the ground when somebody uses a car. But still a good game. I hope it was nice.